On defense, the Cavaliers. Thomas goes in. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And so here's Cleveland. Crowder with the steal. Pass to Thomas. Out to the wing. They double him with Irving. And the rejection by Love. And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Bradley kicks to Johnson. Back to Bradley. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
And that was pretty. A beautiful move to set up the jump shot.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And James throws it down.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And so it's Boston with it. Thomas kicks to Crowder. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Crowder's got his first points of the game.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has. And they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now, here is Irving. There's the triple. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Boston took a lot of steps forward last season with their coach, Brad Stevens. Still, though, their defense was near the middle of the road. That will need some tweaking.
Yeah, and you could say that seemed to be the limiting factor, Kevin, in how far they eventually went. Strange, given how several years ago they were an offensive juggernaut.
The Celtics with the lead. Here's Crowder. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Again, Irving missing.
Yeah, you know, for the Celtics in their defense, a lot of it had to do with rim protection and challenging shots. They were actually last in the league in blocks.
And Sullinger kicks to Bradley. Lays it up and banks it in. Bradley's got 6.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
A different look now for Cleveland. Shumpert comes in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. And a change for the Celtics. Turner's checked in. Outside Thomas. Boston again missing.
Yeah, and the Celtics averaged under 4 blocks a game last season, but blocks aren't the whole story. They let opponents get too many easy looks inside the paint. That's the real factor why their defense was subpar.
Takes the 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this game.
Quality looks there. And they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there, put that one hand tomahawk slam?
And that one's good. Love.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Stolen by Thompson. Pushing it up. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov comes in for Tristan Thompson. And Channing Frye's subbed in for Kevin Love. The Celtics also changing it up. Olenek is checked. Jared Sullinger. Urebko comes in for Crowder, and Smart subbed in for Avery Bradley.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for him.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point. Mozgov, that drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
And out of bounds as this. Celtics gain possession.
Celtics ball.
Boston leading by 3. There's 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. In the corner, Smart with it. Wow, way off on that one.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Here's Thomas following the score by Cleveland. Got a piece of it. A solo fast break. Dellavedova, that's good. Dellavedova's got his first 2 points of the night.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead. The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Cleveland ahead, ending the first quarter on a 5th. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and you know the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, in part, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for him. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
On the court right now for the Celtics, Smart and Bradley the guards. Johnson is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Crowder in at the 3 spot. And Sullinger kicks to Bradley. The Celtics working the ball around now. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Love. And it's 6 points for LeBron. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Dellavedova. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And now it's an 11-point Cavalier lead.
And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Solinger. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
Thanks again, Doris. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him. The shot is off.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Bradley, no one around him. Boston, no good that time either.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
Irving double team. 6 on the shot clock. The shot's good from Love. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were at home.
Boy, did they shoot it well from beyond the arc at home, Kevin. I mean, top 3 in the league in terms of three-point shooting. It does help to have LeBron, doesn't it?
It does. That is a factor. Now a timeout called by Boston.
And, you know, for the Cavs at home, they ended with 30. Second best record in the East in that regard. A lot of those wins actually came after the All-Star break.
Boston making some changes. Olenek, he's checked in for Sullinger. Urebko comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Jay Crowder. Looking to end the run. Thomas, no good.
And how about the Cavs last season? 18 straight home wins for them. Third longest home win streak in their history. And that home winning streak helped them jump from the middle of the playoff pack to the 2 seed.
Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Again, Thomas missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
LeBron with the bucket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And Thomas, here we go. No good. And Cleveland will come the other way.
The edge on the glass.
Look at that.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Pass to Olenek. Plenty of space. And the shot no good. A bit short.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
Shumpert is checked in for the Cavaliers. Smith comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Boston also with the sub. Smart's checked in. Thomas dishes to Smart. They double him with Shumpert. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And for the Cavaliers, their shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. Cavaliers running again.
And they're not taking their foot off the pedal. They just keep adding to their lead.
Well, it's never a good idea to back off and ease up. And it doesn't look like that thought's even crossed their mind. I love it.
Thomas against Irving. Smart, wide open, he fires. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Here's Shumpert. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. That's 7 points for Amon Shumpert.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
To intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Price checked in, and a change for the Celtics. Young's checked in for Turner.
And a big